Town sidewalks need to be ADA compliant with the ramps. This is to fix the ramps and to make your downtown sense of place accessible to everyone. And the Youth Leadership Council initiative was developed following input from the faith-based community, where they've discussed that there needs to be more programming for youth. This Youth Leadership Council mirrors the National League of Cities model for Youth Leadership Council and will incorporate STEM. 2015 budget initiatives for fiscal stewardship. Departments will be developing business plans and metrics. There will be analysis of our utility system capacity. And as we've discussed, high performance organization, based on council input, to incent a greater number of high performance employees, the city administrator recommends a merit pool and some additional employee recognition amount to be determined, and I'd like to come back to that tonight. 2015 budget initiatives for infrastructure and asset management. Note the gold star on the Aquatic Center. That is the amount that we've estimated to rehabilitate the Aquatic Center. And you see Westside Park improvements there. That is the amount to rehabilitate the facility based on the CIP tour. Now, last year we came back with additional support initiatives. We're doing the same thing this year. These are the initiatives that are necessary to implement the ones we just reviewed. So under promoting economic development, there is funding for the EDC. That amount of funding is per their request at the April 21st meeting. And then there is an incentive strategy. That's your economic development toolkit that's going to complement your economic development strategy you're developing now. This implementation strategy is intended to be a practical guide or a playbook for what projects you're willing to incent at what level. And interestingly, during his visit last week, Secretary of Commerce George confirmed that the city needs a incentive strategy. Under improving quality of life, the governing body has expressed interest in managing truck traffic throughout our community, so staff in added portable truck skills. And under infrastructure and asset management, the list you see here, the downtown water storage facility fence. That is an 8-foot powder-coated fence that is for security as well as being visually appropriate for your downtown sense of place. That's to secure your underground storage here by the school. The senior building rehabilitation funding is, we will implement a rehabilitation project around that amount of funding. I will tell you there was a review for a total rehabilitation. Let's just say the estimates far exceeded that number. Microsoft licensing compliance is exactly what it says, to bring us into compliance. The voice payment system is for utility billing. It's a technology upgrade that facilitates better customer service and efficiency by allowing customers to call in and make their voice payment without talking to a live person. The 2 police SUVs are to allow police coverage during extreme weather operations. A review of staffing. This is comparable metro cities. I will tell you this is the same slides you saw last year, but for Gardner's information has been updated and no one else has. As you can see, this is a comparison of where we are roughly, population now, and you have 112 employees today, plus an additional 21.5 for electric, so a total of 133.5. But as you can see, you still have a ways to go. So compared to where you are now, you still have significant employee count difference. Preparing for growth, this is the same slide you saw last year, but for Gardner's information has been updated. And this is where, based on our trending of our population growth, this is where you will be 10, 15 years, just showing the staffing comparison. Again, you have 21 additional employees for electric, 1.5. So, preparing for growth in your utilities, Per the governing body's direction, you've indicated you would like a realignment for utility operations. This is the 2014 staffing and reorganization recommendation. On the left, there is deleted positions, a decrease of 4 FTEs, the electric director, the executive assistant to the board, the generation operations supervisor, and the water and wastewater manager. To the right is +3, utility director, compliance engineer, and the electric manager. The one at the bottom where it says deleted funding and vacant positions, those positions have always been funded, never been filled. So they've been removed. It's an engineering technician and a meter tester. You have a total decrease of 6 FTEs, but a reorganization, +3. Your net change to reorganize your utility operations, your recommendation, staff's recommendation is a net change of a decrease of 3 FTEs. That's for utilities. Additional staffing support in these areas for 2014. As we move further into high performance, we need additional support and concentration in these areas: business and economic development, information technology, human resources, and GIS. That's 4 employees. 4 employees. So I'm gonna, back here, net change -3, 4 more. 2014 is +1. So at the end of 2014, with a reorganization, you will be up 1 position. 2015, these are the 3 positions recommended to support and implement the strategic initiatives we just discussed: police lieutenant, a contract and grants administrator, and a parks customer service representative. So that's 3 more. So your net change to your FTEs through both the reorganization and the 2015 additional staffing, you're at +4 total. +1 for the reorg, +3 more. So that will bring your total, if you take this recommendation, to 137.5. 19.5 for electric, and that includes the utility director you asked for.
That was 19.5
For electric. So it's down,
from, what was it before?
you're down 6, plus with the net change, well, one of them's water and wastewater. So you're down 2 in electric, and 1 in water and wastewater. So it's 21.5, now it's 19.5.
And those, but does that count those 2 positions down at the bottom?
It does. Those were always funded, always vacant, so they've been removed.
So even with those removed, there's still 2 additional people?
You're
that-
down 2 in electric.
But
You're
not 2 physical bodies, right?
not 2 physical bodies, 2 positions.
Those are included.
It's a wash.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's a restructure.
How's it a wash again? I'm not, I guess I
Okay.
don't understand it.
Because the one at the bottom is in wastewater and water.
Uh-huh.
So we were talking about just electric.
Yeah, the two positions that were never filled, they're both in Watcher.
Right.
So the net loss of 2 is actually just those 2 vacant positions. They're being removed.
Not people positions,
Okay.
because they've never been filled.
Right.
So, with that, if you'd like, am I okay to go on? You okay? Okay, so, for utilities, water, under your goal of infrastructure management, projects funded in the 2014 revised budget, which we're doing at the same time with 2015, the rural water service area, rural water district 7 service areas included. The governing body expressed a desire to pay rural water 7 to retain your economic development opportunities instead of trading service areas. So it's been budgeted. Projects funded in 2015 regarding that Hillsdale water plant filter media replacement. The best practice is to replace your filter media every 5 to 7 years. The last replacement was spring of 2006. By the time we have the 2015 budget approved and in place,